Roger Burlton, and it's going to be my pleasure to teach a upcoming class on business architecture. Um, I've been working in this space for about 20 years and taught the first course in this 25 years ago. So, and it keeps evolving and it's becoming a big issue now. So happy to be the instructor, facilitator for this class that's coming up for IRM. Looking forward to it. I think the key learnings in all of this is that everything we're trying to do in terms of making change happen, driven by AI and driven by digital and driven by so many other new great ideas that are coming along with regard to how we run a business. All of that stuff is connected to all the things we've ever done, and all the new things coming along are all interconnected. And so the idea of architecture, and that is trying to figure out what are all the things you need to know about, all the things you need to change, is something that if you change one, it affects the others. And so you got to know how the pieces fit. And once we know how the pieces fit, we can figure out what the impact is on everything else, and we can make sure that change doesn't just introduce other unintended consequences. And we're able to manage it well because we have incredible pressures to do this stuff quickly, and we can't have surprises as we're going. So I think that's what architecture is going to really do for us. It's going to figure out what kind of information is required, what kind of processes are there, what kind of business rules, what type of capabilities do you need? Because if I change any one of those, it's going to impact on the other ones. So the class is going to focus on what those components are and how they interact with each other, and how you can make sure that you can determine the impact of change when you decide to change any one thing, the impact of change on everything else. One of the things we're clearly seeing right now, and there's been a lot of drivers for business architecture over the years. I mean, most recently, the digitalization of work has been a critical issue. But now what we're seeing is probably the big driver right now is artificial intelligence. And it comes in two forms. One is that as you design the work you do in the organization, the processes, artificial intelligence is changing how that work gets done and who does it. But in addition to that, we as business architects are also now impacted by artificial intelligence, AI, especially generative AI, because we can actually do our work much more effectively, much more efficiently when we use artificial intelligence to give us a real kickstart, a real head start in everything that's taking place. It's not going to allow you to make your design decisions, but it's going to tell you what are some of the possibilities and what are some of the models, and can really, really accelerate the work of an architect as well. So we're getting it from 2 points of view. One is it helps us do our work, but in addition to that, as we redesign the business, we can incorporate AI into new ways of doing work across the whole organization. And of course, we will talk about that in the class as well. Yeah, I think what we're seeing in terms of people who come to the course, we're seeing people who really are chartered with transformation or business change, or in addition to that, we see the architects who are currently architects doing enterprise architecture, business architecture change, anybody doing transformation. We got a lot of business analysts coming to the class because they want to step up their perspective. They want to go higher in the organization because that's where strategy decisions are made. And they also want to go wider because it's not just a point solution. It's a solution which it interacts with everything else that's happening. So business analysts want to become more architects. It's a really good step in their career path as they get more and more experience and they're more trusted and they can have more influence. That's generally the type of people that we see coming. But anybody chartered with change and or designing transformations, those are typically the people who come. And we have a lot of really, really good interactive discussions with people because we do work through a case study and we get a chance to apply some of this stuff. But we do that in small teams so that those teams actually working together learn how to apply these in a collaborative type of environment.